So we all know the AMR. It's been with us since the beginning, sat with us through the loss of our homeworlds, and it was the best man at your wedding that fell through after 6 months because you were caught looking at provocative pictures of illuminate squids on the family computer. Yeah, that weapon. Well, it just got a buff in the most recent patch, taking its durable damage from 180 to 225. So what does that mean? Or change? What even is durable damage? Stick around to the end of the video because you'd be surprised just how many breakpoints this changes for the weapon. Let's start with the stats on the AMR before getting into the durable damage. It has 450 ballistic damage, 225 durable damage, an armor penetration of 4, 400 RPM, capacity of 7, 8 spare mags, a demo force of 20, which is really strange because the only thing with a demo force of 20 is to break open crates. That is the only use for this. And a stagger force of 25 and a push force of 25. Alright, so what is durable damage? Durable damage is a hidden stat all weapons have that is meant to represent a sort of destructive force for a bullet, and the developers created a unique way to emphasize the shockwave that a caliber might have. Let me give you an example. The torso of a Devastator has 425 health at armor value 3 and 30% durability. While you would think that the AMR that deals 450 damage would exceed this and kill them in a single chest shot, that is not quite the whole picture. You see, the little bit that's about 30 durability means that it will dip into the weapon's durable damage instead of the standard ballistic damage, and you would calculate the weapon's true damage in the following way. 450 times 0.7 plus 225 times 0.3 equals 382.5. You would subtract 30% from the standard damage of the weapon and add 30% of the durable damage to the total sum. Enemies have their own durable parts that are listed nowhere in the game itself and only found on the wiki. I rely very heavily on the wiki to update me. If the enemy has a part of their body that is set to 100% durable, then the standard damage of the weapon is completely nullified and uses only the durable damage. Alright, so with all the explaining out of the way, let's see what this 25% increase to durability actually does. The Hulk's eye has a health pool of 250, armor value of 4, and 25% durable. While prior to the patch, it would take 2 shots to a Hulk's eye to take it out, except now that math looks like this. That bit at the end there is the damage reduction for having the same armor pin as the armor of the Hulk, giving a minus 35% to the overall damage. Going forward in this video, every time this pops up again, I'll be using the letter A for armor as a stand-in, so just know that the A translates to 0.6 each time you see it from this point on. A Hulk now can be one shot to the eye if you are within 30 meters of it. If you are further, the drag factor will lower the damage just under the threshold. The Hulk's vent has a health of 900, AV1, and 60% durability, so the formula looks like this. It can now be killed from the back in 3 shots when prior to the patch it was 4. Thanks to the same patch, the Warstriders have 3 new weak points, the eye in the center and on the top, and the new butt vent. The eye has a health of 500, an armor value of 4, and 70% durability. The formula is the following. It would take 3 shots to kill a Warstrider to the eye, at a roughly 50 meters. Now, the vent, the new weak spot, is slightly tankier with 700 health, armor value of 4, and 70 durability. Again, the formula is here. It would take 4 shots to kill. A cannon turret's heatsink has 750 health, an armor value of 3, and 100% durability. This means we don't have to do any of the fancy math. It's simply just 750 divided by 225 equaling 2.9. Rounding it up to 3 because you can't do 0.9 of a bullet, the cannon tower goes from 4 shots down to 3 shots from the previous patch. Bunker turrets have a health pool of 400, armor value of 4, and 100% durability. So again, no fancy math, simply 400 divided by 250 times 0.6 equals 2.4, taking the breakpoints from his previous shot to kill from 4 down to 3. Are you noticing a trend yet? Anti-air and mortar emplacement share the exact same stats, so this goes for both of them. They both have a health pool of 400, an armor value of 4, and 100% durability. This is the exact same equation for the bunker turrets, once again taking it down from 4 shots to 3 shots in the prior patch. A tank's heatsink has a health of 750 with AP3 and 100% durability. This again matches the exact same equation for cannon towers. If you have stuck around with me this long and listened to me rant about math, I hope your pillow is cold on both sides and your democracy officer never finds out about your family laptop. Anyways, let's move on to the squids. All the variants of Overseers had their health reduced from 600 down to 425, and as a side note, their head armor reduced down to armor value 2. The main chest has 0 armor and 0 durability, so if your first shot strips off the armor, which it will because the armor only has 150 health, then you will guaranteed kill them with the follow-up body shot. This used to require 3 shots, 1 to strip the armor and then 2 for the body. Now it is down to 2 shots. If you strip the armor any other way, it is only 1 shot. A Stingray has a health pool of 800, an armor value of 3, and 70% durability. The formula is as follows. The Stingray goes down in 3 shots when in the previous patch it was 4. Fleshmobs. Oh boy, the Fleshmobs. I can't tell you how hard it was for me to find a Fleshmob for the purpose of recording this video. I ran into maybe 5 of them on my entire D10 mission where I purposely was looking for them. I can't give you a simple formulaic equation on how many shots it takes to bring one down, but I can give you a pretty in-depth theory craft on how many it would take, then show you the results of my attempt to confirm it. A Fleshmob's health, it was reduced from 6,000 down to 5,000, and the individual heads are now considered weak points, dealing 1.5 more damage to the main health pool. There are 6 heads on the front, all with 400 health, armor value of 0, and 25% durability. So one AMR shot to the head is the following equation. The damage of the AMR shot would do 393.7 damage, which is 7 damage short of one tapping the head. You would then multiply 393.7 times 1.5, giving you 590.6 damage. Taking all of that knowledge in, if you bounce from head to head like a giant game of whack-a-mole, the formula finishes with 5,000 divided by 590.6 equals 8.4. So theoretically, you could kill a Fleshmob in 6 shots. However, in my clip, the lowest shot to kill was 10 to 12. Due to how hard it was to pull this off, to be fair, I don't remember exactly the count it was before the patch, but I do remember it being over about 3 mags to kill a single Fleshmob. 12 shots is a fair number in comparison. Now to step back from the headache that was the Fleshmob, the Harvester's best known weak point, the hip joint, has 1000 health, AV3, and 70% durability. The formula is as following, so 4 shots to kill. This is the same as before the patch, and I was a little disappointed my clip didn't accurately depict this as it looked like a 3 shot, but I hit the target 4 times. Now with the squid units out of the way, let me take a look at what changed on the bug front. Charger Behemoths. Charger Behemoths are still incredibly tanky in comparison to heavy units on other fronts. The head has 1600 health, armor value 4, and 100% durability. The formula for the shots to kill is the following. It takes 10 shots to the head at close range in order to kill it. In my clips, it took me 12, and I do believe this may be because of the drag factor. This is only marginally better than the patch previously, as it used to take 15 shots to the head. The leg might seem like a better idea, so let's go over that. The leg armor has a health of 1000, armor penetration of 4, and 70% durability. Here is the following formula. So it takes 5 shots to strip off the leg armor. The flesh beneath has 800 health, armor value of 2, and 70% durability. And here is the remaining shots needed to kill it. It takes 3 more shots into the flesh to finish it off, for a grand total of 8 shots to the leg. That is not much better than the head, probably better to go for the head in my opinion, even though it cost more bullets. And finally, the third weak point, the butt. With a health pool of 950, 0 armor value, and 100% durability, it is a simple case of 950 divided by 255, equaling 3.4. So 4 shots to the derriere to kill it. It used to be 6.
Enemy tactical asset within range.
Spore Chargers have an overall health pool lower than a Behemoth. Their head has 1200 health, AP 4, and 75% durability. The formula for a headshot kill is the following. It kills within 6 shots to the head, down from 7 in the prior patch. Bile Titans and Dragon Roaches have the exact same hit zones and can be killed in the exact same way, but the most accurate place to fire at would probably be the head. The head has 1,500 health, armor pen 4, and 95% durability. The formula is as following. It takes 10 shots to bring it down, when in the previous patch it was 12. An Impaler's head has a health pool of 1,250, armor value 1, and 75% durability. The formula for the TTK is the following. It takes 5 shots to the forehead in order to bring it down, when in the previous patch it was 6 shots. That is all the known breakpoint changes that I can come up with from this patch. If you found this helpful, wordy, or taught you anything about durability and the secret math behind the Helldivers 2 damage system, please leave a like, subscribe, or just comment down below. I won't update this video, but I will make a habit out of pinning new discoveries in the comments below so that there's always an accurate information for you to look at. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.